Okay, try to do a quick video. This is take number 4, I think. I don't know why it always takes so many tries, but anyway. Last video, I was showing some effects of the larger coils. Namely, it was the slow rise of the voltage when the input was turned on, and lower frequencies were not flashing like they should be, those things. So since then, what I have done is I went ahead and I wound some new coils. I have actually 4 coils now, so it's more like the original Floyd Suite setup. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Each of them are 250 turns of 0.8 millimeter wire. They're all separate, so you can lift this up and move them around, play with the gap between the coils and whatnot. The core in each one is just cut up microwave oven transformer core, and around the top 2, I was doing this just to play around. I wound 100 turns of 0.6 millimeter wire. So again, just checking like the slow rise of the voltage and things like that, kind of looking for effects. The input coil there in that position actually does kind of seem to choke things off a little bit, so, but just playing around. So, Floyd Suite diagram. I was looking at the flux direction, trying to decide what was the top coil and which was the bottom of each set. So decided that the flux direction opposing each other, this would be the top, this would be the bottom. Looks the same over here, top, bottom. And I came up with this, which is a bit of a mess. I'll take a closer picture, and hopefully it looks a little bit better online. But anyway, so this is what I have. These 2 coils oppose each other. At the same time, these 2 coils oppose each other. The input is actually wound over these coils, but I put it up here just for a little bit better review. So the input coil will drive a north field down. Because of the diodes, the 2 top coils will not interact. The 2 bottom coils will. So this will get an induced voltage and run a current, which will go up into the top coil here and then out to the output. The same with this one. We'll go up into this coil here and out to the output. So I saw online once someone had an animation where they actually showed these 2 coils opposing each other, inwardly directed. At the same time, these were outwardly directed, and it would flip-flop. Now, I don't know if that's correct. I was looking at this here, something Chris posted on the forum, and the odd path of the flux. Hold on one sec. This thing's about to shut off on me. The odd path of the flux is either because at the time these are inwardly directed, opposing, these are outwardly directed, or it's because of the drive coils adding flux to the system, and so the flux is just kind of balancing itself out. Not quite sure yet. I have to play with the different variations of the wiring, but let's see. So I guess I'll show the scope right now. Let's see if we can get a good zoom. So the top blue is the input signal. Yellow is the voltage. Purple is the current. I'm running at 300 hertz, 30% duty cycle. Input's about 14 volts, 445 milliamps. So let me turn it off. And this is actually more dramatic than the last one. You can see how it's slowly climbing, and stops. And I hope you can see that good. Let's zoom in a little bit more on the yellow. And the light itself is pretty dim because the output is horrible, but you can see that the light lights up quite slowly as well. Here, I'll go ahead and turn it on. And there it is. I'll turn it off, turn it back on. And there it is. I zoom back out. Now, something else I thought was pretty cool is the power supply is jumping around a bit. I think it's just because it's a low range power supply, but I've got my meter here showing 445 milliamps. What I'm going to do is just disconnect the bulb. Don't try this at home because the voltages could screw up your scope, but I'm going to do it anyways. So watch when I pull the bulb. That's open circuit on the output. So 446. It went up a tiny bit, if anything. See, it's really not changing. The input is not changing. It's staying at 14 volts, 445 milliamps. Load, no load. Makes no difference. Quite interesting. So I think I'm going to continue with this, trying a couple different variations of the wiring. I'm under the assumption that Floyd Sweet was not using diodes because he was having alternating current on the output. And there was a post somewhere, Chris, I'll ask about this when I write in the forum, but somewhere you had talked about getting alternating current on the output of the Floyd Sweet schematic. Yeah, so I'll try a couple different variations of the wiring. And then I think the best thing to do is really just get some drive coils. Because I don't think this input coil there is a very good idea at all. It seems to be stuffing the output a bit. Anyway, yeah, that's it for now. I need to get to some housework. Hope you liked it. Thanks.